stigmatized. He has further stigma. He has removed veil. He has removed that blacklist, the unofficial blacklist of Nigerian Airlines, by making sure that the federal government sign the Cape Town Convention, not just signing it, but agreeing to go over and above what the international community needed us to do in order to be admitted back into the leasing world again. It's under this regime that now Nigerian Airlines have started receiving the all-important dry lease instead of wet lease. So it's something to be applauded. The minister has also stepped out at every point in time to answer to the cries of AON, the airline body of this country, because that is exactly what Mr. President wants him to do. When the customs brought 4% FOB, meaning that for our imports, we still pay 4%. We went to the Honorable Minister, and he stepped into it immediately. We went, he took the matters to the Finance Minister, took the matters to the Customs. Today, within 1 week, 4% FOB was removed from Nigerian Airlines. And you tell me I will not support or applaud this government. When the government is listening to the yearnings and aspirations of the people, or the complaints and challenges of the people, this is what we need. When Nigerian helicopter airline owners cried to Honorable Minister about a certain charge, he removed it on the spot in order to make life very simple for these airlines. So it's not just about airpeace. And let every airline in this country speak up for what this regime has done for them. Don't keep quiet. It's not only when the things, not so good things are done, that we all shout. When the government is doing that which is right, let us applaud them and commend them. And let every airline, let any airline who says he has not benefited from the regime of Festus Keyamo and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, let the person stand up. Let the person show up tomorrow. Never, not even one. I'm a leader of AON and I can tell you better. So today what we are celebrating is absolute patriotism, absolute love for one's country. It's not as if one is making billions out of it. No. All we need to do in AP is to calculate the cost of operations and take care of cost of operations and make Nigerians enjoy. We could have said, because other airlines are taking 15 million for business class, let us take 10 million. But we are not doing that. If we had done that, you would have still bought. But because we are yours, you own AirPeace. And that's why we brought it down to 4 million. So AirPeace is no longer Allen Onyema and his family. AirPeace is Nigeria. The entire country owns AirPeace. If you fight Allen Onyema thinking that you bring down Allen Onyema, you're not bringing me down. I don't need to buy any new house. I've worked for over 30 years. I don't need to buy any new house. I don't need a new car. I don't need any other thing. But what motivates us in AirPeace when we see the thousands of faces of people we brought out of doldrum to feed themselves and their families, that is our motivation. That is the real patriotism. Therefore, I call on other government agencies to please look at their president, appointees of government and other government agencies should please look at this Mr. President, who is a businessman and wants every indigenous business in this country to survive. If you harm Dangote Industries, thinking that you're harming Dangote, you're wasting your time. He doesn't need anything again in his life. Touch him and you touch the very fabric of this country. We must begin to see beyond our noses and support private investment. This president supports private investment. These ministers are doing so. So let other government agencies not use the powers, the little powers they have now to think they can frustrate any ongoing business in the private sector. It is the private sector of any country that implements the aspiration, that implements the aspirations and the vision of any government. Therefore, the private sector must be supported. This regime supports private sector, but I call on appointees of some of the agencies to look at the body language of Mr. President. If they do that, Nigeria will see a new dawn. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, here represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President. Yes, thank you. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, here represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff, the Chairman of AirPort, Dr. Allen Oyema, and the Vice Chairman, the wife, and the family here present. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all say that today is the day that the Lord has made. And so we give thanks to God Almighty, first of all, for making this day very possible. The second is to thank Mr. President, like Allen Oyema mentioned, for his vision, his focus, and his mandate, his clear mandate that he gave us, that we must support our local operators to the extent that their businesses thrive and survive. And so, with that mandate on our right hand, we went to work, and we had to dig deep to find out what the problems of the local operators were over the years. I'm sure you know that in the last 40 years or so, the mortality rate of the aviation sector has been very high. More than 100 airlines have come and gone. Concorde, Zenith, Chanchangi, name them, Haka Airline, so on and so forth. And so we had a clear mandate to ensure that we support the growth sustenance of our local operators. Now, like Allen Oyema mentioned, if you destroy the private sector in your country, you destroy the country. Every good economy thrives on the welfare, the well-being of the private sector, the greatest employer of labor and the bulwark of the economy. And so we have done all we can within our powers to ensure that we give our local operators the muzzle and the leverage for fair competition. The international airlines have been coming and going from Nigeria in the last 90 years. One of the major airlines on this route will be celebrating 90 years. I'm not saying 50 years, 90 years on this route in the next 1 month. So you can see the length of time that they have fed on the Nigerian economy without the corresponding reciprocity of our local operators. Almost all the routes in Europe, all the capitals in Europe, they come to Nigeria every day. They lift passengers and go back and forth without our local operators. And we have the corresponding rights under our buses to also fly those routes. But we have no capacity to fulfill those buses. So our first duty was to ensure that we ramp up the capacities of our local airlines. And like he mentioned, we have done everything we can, gone around the world, removed us from the blacklist, signed the practice direction of the Cape Town Convention, signed the IDERA, got the insurance issue resolved with our insurance practitioners here, got the resource in, got the financiers in, and today capacities are beginning to rise with our local operators. This is one example that you are seeing here today. From $11,000 for business class you are now going to pay $3,000 for business class. That is the fair competition that we offer. The fair competition. We are not driving any airline, any foreign airline away. We are only telling them, please come and compete. People have been asking me about, the other routes in Nigeria, in Africa, Ghana to London, is cheaper than Nigeria to London, and so on and so forth. And all I told them was to be patient. Be patient because you can't regulate. You can't tell the local, you can't fix prices for the international airlines. It's free rate competition. And so we went to the root of the matter to create that competition. Now let us see what other international airlines will charge on this route in the next few months. In the next few days, whether you will buy $11,000 or $3,000 on the same seat in a better aircraft, and enter the aircraft. Let us see. That is free market. That is the competition that we paid for. And so we thank Mr. President so much for this. We thank Alan Oyema. He has been pouring all kinds of praises on me. It's a lie. It's him. All I was doing was writing letters. My own had to write letters, not get money. So it was months of diplomatic exchanges between myself and my British counterparts, back and forth. Sometimes the tone got harsher. We went back and forth, diplomatic exchanges, and this happened. But it is the doggedness of the Oracle himself that made it happen. The Oracle himself, not me. I was just to sign. But the Oracle made it happen. His doggedness, his vision, his passion for Nigeria. Tell me why we will not support our local operators like this who are determined. He could have taken this investment somewhere else. He could have. But this is for the benefit of Nigeria and Nigerians. This milestone to very soon, it's not airpeace alone. Not airpeace. We are supporting every single private operator here. Very soon you will see American route with United. Very soon, this United. You will see, that's the head. Very soon. In my absolute powers, I have granted him the American route. We are looking for the capacity to start. That's for United. Iboma is doing the local route already. They also start, the Central Africa, and so on and so forth. All the local operators, all of them. But the leader in Nigeria today is AirPort. The capacity today is AirPort. And today, we celebrate AirPort. Thank you so much. I am now the chief marketer. I call on every Nigerian traveling to London and any part of the world to patronize AirPort. The minister is campaigning. And the significance of that, let me tell you. We got the Gatwick before, but you don't understand the significance of Heathrow. With Heathrow now, with AirPort, you can connect any part of the world. Why? Because Heathrow is the center of connectivity in Europe. So you can easily fly to Heathrow and then connect any part of the world. And that is the significance of this route that we have achieved today. And so every Nigerian be patriotic enough. Very soon, we are going to bring the bill on the Fly Nigerian Air to him. He will pass it. Fly Nigerian Air. The Fly Nigerian Air is to mandate every government official traveling abroad to patronize our local airlines if they are flying that route. First, before another, except there's no local airline flying that route. But we have the Fly American Act. I think we have the Fly India Act. We have these laws all over the world, but we have not implemented it. There's a Fly American Act. Go and look at it. But we don't have the Fly Nigeria Act. We want to bring it here. If a government official, member of the House of Rep, member of Senate, minister, DG, government official flying to any part of the world, the first question you ask is there a Nigerian airline flying that route? You must buy that airline ticket first, except they are not flying that route. That's the Fly Nigeria Act that we want to do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I just saw the Deputy Speaker now here present. Wait for my bill to come. I will hear from you. God bless you and thank you all. No, you should speak. Vice President will speak. After you, the Vice President will speak.
Thank you very much. I was able to put a few lines down, and Honorable Minister, the Vice President is here. The Vice President. The Vice President. Honorable Minister here, and other dignitaries here present, especially my friend and my brother. We started way back before AirPort came to be. I'm delighted to be here, and I bring you greetings from the National Assembly of Nigeria. Today's launch of AirPort Abuja London Heathrow route is a milestone of national significance.
Thank you.
Through this achievement, AirPort has restored Nigeria's full presence in one of the world's busiest air corridors, affirming that when given the right policy environment, Nigeria enterprises can compete and triumph on the global stage. This moment is also personal to me. I share a friendship with the visionary driving this achievement, a man whose story is as remarkable as it is inspiring. It is built on shared belief, faith in Nigeria, the dignity of labor, and the power of enterprise to drive peace and inclusion. Alan has over the years been a strong supporter of the initiatives I have championed, particularly the Peace in Southeast project, an initiative dedicated to rebuilding trust, restoring hope, and unlocking the vast potentials of our nation through non-kinetic peace strategies. He has been there, quietly, passionately, always translating convictions into actions. That is the Alan I know, a patriot who invests not just in planes, but in people, not only in profits, but in purpose. Today, as the world celebrates AirPort, I celebrate the man behind it, a perfect blend of humility and audacity, an entrepreneur whose journey mirrors Nigerians' own, rising, resilient, and ready to redefine its space in the skies. This achievement also underscores the philosophy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose administration has proven that when government clears the runway, the private sector can take flight. Indeed, the success of these routes is the result of visionary leadership at the top, embodied by the President and the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, SAM, man with whom I'm well pleased. Quite dynamic, one of the ministers we are proud of, even from the legislature, whose consistent advocacy dismantled bottlenecks and secured Nigeria's slot at Heathrow against long-standing international monopolies. Alan Onyema is unequivocally a role model for Nigerian entrepreneurs. His story tells us that integrity is indeed a business model, that patriotism truly pays, and that true success lies in serving humanity. From his youth peace campaign to the Nigerian Forever Project, from humanitarian evacuation out of South Africa and Sudan to the empowerment of sportsmen and women to AirPort itself, the footprints of his service are evident across our nation and continent. Alan has proven that enterprise is a tool for nation building, that capitalism can coexist with compassion, and that Nigeria's private sector can lead global transformation when guided by vision and values. Ladies and gentlemen, to the young people who are here listening and those who might watch me on the screen, this flight is your message in the sky. Let it remind you that success is not imported. It is built at home, locally. The next global innovation, the next African champion can emerge from your dream, your persistence, your courage, your patriotism. AirPort began as an audacious dream, and today it flies Nigeria's colors at 35,000 feet across continent. Alan Onyema's story teaches that great dreams are not meant to be negotiated. They are meant to be pursued. In conclusion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, AirPeace present at Heathrow is a metaphor for a new Nigeria taking its rightful seat among nations. It shows that stability, that innovation and patriotism still holds the keys to national greatness. On behalf of the House of Representatives and the entire 10th National Assembly, I extend our congratulations to Dr. Allen Onyema, the entire AirPeace family, and the Tinubu administration for this exemplary milestone. May this flight mark the beginning of even higher horizons, not just for AirPeace, but for Nigeria. And may the wings of our entrepreneurs continue to lead the hopes of our people. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Chairman of AirPeace, Mr. Allen Onyema, and his lovely family, members of the press, passengers. I think to ensure that our inaugural flight leaves on time, I'm going to restrict myself to just saying a big congratulations to all Nigerians. This is not just congratulations to Allen Onyema or the Minister of Aviation or indeed the President. I think it's a big congratulations to Nigerians, especially air travelers, who will begin to feel the weight of competition for the first time. Allen Onyema is a great Nigerian, a patriotic Nigerian. I've said earlier before, he's not doing what he's doing simply because of business. There were times Allen continued to operate his airline even when he was losing money, and at the same time uplifting his colleagues in the industry who are also struggling. So, Mr. Allen Onyema, I say to you, you are one of the most patriotic Nigerians in the business sector today, and I congratulate you for this fantastic achievement of breaking the Heathrow deadlock. On behalf of His Excellency the Vice President, who was invited to be here, he extends his warmest regards and he wishes you and indeed all air passengers the best of things to come. Congratulate His Excellency the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a business-friendly and in fact, a business-positive president who has continued to lead the way in policies that are good for the private sector, for the betterment of the economy. I want to remind Minister Fesso that indeed, even before we passed a law enforcing Nigerian officials to patronize Nigerians, the President at the Federal Executive Council actually initiated a resolution to put Nigeria first and buy Nigeria if it is available. So, Mr. Onyema, I think we're absolutely on the right track, and I can assure you that I will be your constant passenger where the need arises to travel on your routes. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get back and ensure that this inaugural flight takes off on time. Congratulations, Mr. Onyema, congratulations, Mr. Festus, and congratulations to all Nigerians on this fantastic achievement. Thank you.
A round of applause for all the goodwill messages once again. So we'll be moving on to the cake cutting and the ribbon cutting ceremony. Over there, sir. So we'll be moving on to the cake cutting and ribbon cutting, please.
I can end it now, right?
Yes, you can end it live.